Get ready, the next feature is about to begin. Depew with RBS Channel 20 in St. Francis, Louisiana. We're here today at D. John's Restaurant with a club that we don't have quite the formal name for yet. And I'm going to interview Cecil Landry here a little bit and let him tell us how the club got formed, how long it's been going on, and if it has a purpose.
We, three of us started this about 8 years ago, and got a few more guys to come in, and now we have about 13 or 14 guys that eat every Wednesday at a different place, and our group is getting kind of large, so we can't fit in all the places that we like to go to. We just meet and everybody talks to the man next to them crossing different subjects. We don't ever have one thing we talk about, and a lot of the guys, their wives play cards on Wednesday, so this is a place that they look forward to come and eat dinner with us. We have a good time, and we've been doing it about 8 years, and our group gets larger and larger, so we'll just keep doing what we usually do, and hope we can keep everybody in the group.
Do you have an age limit, or can the young folks?
Anybody.
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 Okay. Let's go down the table and I'll get you your names. The gentleman sitting next to you, Cecil.
Mr. Howard, E.C. Howard.
Yeah. How you doing, Mr. Howard? How long you been coming to these meetings?
I don't know, must have been about 4 years, something like that.
You enjoy the conversation, huh?
Yeah.
All right. And next to him is
W.D. Spillman.
Mr. Spillman. How long you been coming?
About 5 years.
Are you a native of St. Francisville or West Feliciana?
All my life.
All your life. How about you, sir? I forgot to ask the gentleman. Are you a native of West Feliciana, or
No.
You're a transplant? That's what I am.
I'm a transplant.
I'm the same way.
The next guy is B.J. Rogers. Excuse me.
Hi, BJ. How long you been coming?
About a year.
About a year, or are you a native of West Feliciana?
No, I'm a transplant.
Okay.
From Bacon.
Are you a native of West Feliciana?
No, indeed.
No, indeed. Huh?
I'm from New Jersey. I don't know how these people accepted me here, but I've been living in St. Francisville since '74, and really enjoy it. I've been retired 24 years, and looking forward to every Wednesday. I think I was one of the first members when we first got started, which was about 8 years ago.
Mm-hmm. And what was your trade or your in your working years?
I was with LSU with the experiment station, doing research and monitoring agricultural chemicals, fertilizers, feeds, and so forth.
And the next gentleman down?
That's Bob Law.
Hi, Mr. Law. Are you a native of West Feliciana?
No, sir.
You're a transplant too?
North Louisiana.
North Louisiana.
Mansfield.
A Yankee.
My wife says anybody north of Ellick is a Yankee.
And the next gentleman down there I know is Mr. Daniels, and that name, he's got to be a native of West Feliciana.
All my life.
And how long you been coming to the meeting?
About 2 years.
2 years? Okay, let's start down at the end of the table next to Mr. Means.
All right, that's Sid Fittington.
Hi, Sid.
Hey.
Are you a native of West Feliciana?
No, I've lived here almost 3 years now.
Okay.
And I'm actually from Baton Rouge.
Okay. And the next gentleman I happen to know, Mr. Means. How you doing?
Fine, fine. And I'm not a native of here either. I'm North Louisiana, Bossier City.
Bossier City.
I've been here 38 years.
Well, you can count yourself down as at least they don't treat you as a newcomer anymore, do they? And next to him?
It's Ted Ware.
Where?
I'm from East Baton Rouge Parish and lived in Arkansas and Mississippi for the last 25 years and just moved back. So I'm a new transplant, I guess, or replant, whatever.
Okay, and the next gentleman?
Ray Drill. I'm a native of Star Hill, which is where you are right now. I've been here all my life. And I'm one of the original fellows that started this whole group.
And the next gentleman?
Donald Ortito.
And Donald, you from West Feliciana?
Oh no, I've been up here about 8 years, East Baton Rouge Parish. Love it up here though, peaceful and quiet.
Do you think it's going to stay that way?
Well, we want it to stay peaceful and quiet, but I think we need some business up here, some a little tax base.
Have any of you heard about this commission that the police jury did on the planning from the Center of Excellence for getting people together on what the growth of the parish is going to be and how it's going to be? Have any of you been attending any of those meetings or heard anything about it?
Yeah, I have. I've gone to several of them. And I think the parish is, I don't believe we're going to be able to stop growth. We like it is, but it's going to happen to us one way or another.
Especially after that bridge has been put in.
Yeah, how do you think the new bridge is going to affect West Feliciana and St. Francisville?
Not too much. There's most traffic coming by and going into Baton Rouge.
This area out here might affect a little bit more than St. Francisville.
Yeah.
Well, the other night, the police jury, there was a proposal and accepted for a new subdivision, basically a new town, a new village.
That's right up the road.
Right up at Star Hill. And there was some objection, but there was some support for it. It's cutting the lot sizes down a lot from what's in the current zoning ordinances and in the ordinances. But in order to get the population out here, they're going to have to offer some condos and things like that. So does anybody have any feelings on that new development that's coming in?
Well, some of us don't particularly like you say, like all the new development, but it's going to happen. We can't stop it, you know.
Well, I think that's
just so we can do it in an orderly fashion.
Well, you know, I've always said it. I think they have to develop a subdivision up here for and starter homes. Where's these young people? The young people can't come up here and buy 4, 5, 10, 12 acres and build a house on it. They have to have a place to buy $150,000, $175,000 home where they can get started. And there wasn't anything up here like this.
What do you think about the new police jury?
No comment.
Wait and see.
It's too early to tell.
I think it's business is the same business. Business as usual.
I attended a meeting the other night. There were 2 sessions, and we taped it, and it ran 4.5 hours of tape. And we ran the whole thing. And one of the big issues was the clock in town in St. Francisville. They issued a $50,000 contract to repair the clock. And when they repair the clock, to keep it historically accurate, it will gong 24 hours a day. It will strike. Certain people that live around the clock are upset with the fact that it gongs at 10 o'clock at night till 6 in the morning, and they're wanting a way to stop it from gonging without affecting the historical originality of the clock. So somebody said they could hire somebody to go up there with a pillow every night at 10 o'clock and stop the gong.
And one of those people is a member of the police jury.
Yeah, Miss Williams.
Right.
Neil Williams. She represents the town of St. Francisville.
They had people living around that clock all of my life. But while it was working, nobody complained about it. It was just a few that started complaining about it when they started opening up these bread and breakfast.
Bread and breakfast. That was the main complainers with people with bed and breakfasts.
If they don't like the clock, tell them find someplace else to go.
That's pretty
I agree with that.
Triple B, bed, breakfast, and bone.
Okay, I know this is a subject nobody ever likes to talk about, is religion and politics. But I'm going to mention the name George Bush, George W. Bush. And I'm going to see if I can get
Man, you better get out of here.
Get out of here.
Lord have mercy.
George don't have any sympathy with this, bro. I mean, we don't have any sympathy for him.
I think he's caught in a dilemma himself. I really believe that.
Well, how does that affect your thinking? Because I think the state of Louisiana normally, at the state level, it pretty much goes Republican. At the local level, it pretty much goes Democratic. Do you think that'll affect the presidential campaign this year for John McCain?
I think we got a tough time with the presidential campaign here. Is who we gonna decide on. You can't hear too much good about any of them.
You just wait till Obama gets in there.
Well, I tell you what, like I say, y'all read Thomas Sewell today in the paper. He told Obama up for what he is, you know.
Yeah.
And Hillary's gone to tell the stories about where she was at certain times. She said when she was in Bosnia, they had to run for cover, and come to find out she was greeted by a little girl. And she said she just forgot. It's all right to tell a story a lie about it, but she made a mistake.
She's human. She made a mistake.
Unlike most presidential campaigns this year, I think the vice presidency is going to be really the key as to who gets elected. So it's going to be critical this year, I guess, who they selected as their vice president or running mate. Before in the past, it didn't mean that much, but I think this time it really does.
Especially for McCain.
Now, I think John McCain's a good man, but he's a little bit liberal for me.
A liberal Republican. Okay.
I don't care about none of them running for president.
Relative term.
I don't mean, I think it's a weak choice.
I tell you what, we're in trouble. I think we're in trouble. We don't have anybody to vote for.
Putting Obama aside, do you think the country is ready for a black president?
No.
What about Colin Powell?
I think he'd be a better choice than Obama.
He'd be a better choice than Obama.
But even at that, you don't think the country's ready for a black president. How about a woman?
I don't think Obama's too patriotic.
She's already gotten taller than I thought she'd get.
Somebody running as an experienced person should have very little experience in reality.
It's just hard to believe the Clintons don't have something up their sleeve.
If they do, they need to play it safe.
Well, if it goes to the floor, neither one of them get enough votes, but it goes to the floor, it's going to be a good fight. Might destroy the party.
That's blow up harder than me.
If it goes to
You don't hear about a new governor.
back in that.
Do you think it's time, with all the confusion they've been having in these elections, at this electoral college, and I guess there's a couple of states that their primaries didn't get counted, is with modern technology today, why don't we just go to the popular vote?
That's my choice.
These super delegates and whatnot, I think that's a crop.
I'm beginning to believe that my vote don't count anymore.
They don't.
Somebody else votes for me, you know?
And you know what? The super delegates are going to be the ones that are going to put these nominees in it.
That's just a Democratic Party.
Oh, yeah.
Democrat covered all three counties. You didn't want to do that.
This man was asking, what about our new governor? You didn't come to him.
Mr. Jindal?
Bobby Jindal, yeah.
Well, there was rumored that he was going to be tapped on the shoulder and asked to be the vice presidential candidate.
Oh, yeah, really? See in the paper this morning, he's declining that.
Right.
And I don't doubt if he would be the president one day in the near future.
Well, so far he's done a lot in a short period of time. Were the good old days as good as people say? And what are the major differences between now and then? And we're talking about 40s, 50s, and 60s.
I guess good old days of losing in politics too long.
The way I used to look at it, you could buy a box of salt for a nickel, but they didn't nobody have any nickels. So what's the difference in today and in the 1940s?
Times were real tough back in those days, especially out in the rural areas.
It's a new world.
What do you attribute the what was the turning point for this new world? Was it in the South? Was it segregation? Was it television? What was it? There had to be some kind of event where this started to turn. Is it the new communication where they can get everything at their fingertips without ever leaving their house? They can go to the computer and get anything you want. Like you said, your grandson's announcement was on the internet before it was even released.
Well, I think one of the worst things that happened is the television. Bring a bunch of crap on that.
We appreciate that.
Don't mix your words into that.
The cell phone's just as bad as the TV.
Just about.
Yeah.
The lack of privacy nowadays is one thing. You don't have any more privacy. They can find out what they want anytime they want, anywhere they want. Medical records,
Judge?
I tell you what, you can have something when you